Well, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the Right Talk. It is Saturday, July 17th, 2021. We hope to have a good program in store. Done some prep. Our co-host, Ryan Hood, are going to bring him up here very soon. He's done some homework. He's prepared for this show. He texts me his notes, and we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and bring our friend in, Ryan Hood. Hello. Hello, Ryan. Welcome aboard.
Hey, guys, it's me.
What do you got to say for yourself?
Well, not a whole lot. Just we've been thinking about certain things. Getting ready for this, getting ready for this morning's show.
Oh, nice. Well, I know you've prepared, and we're excited about it. What's been on your mind this week? Let's not go into the material, just off the cuff. What's been on your mind? What have you been focusing on this past week?
Well, I have been at the Goldsboro Antique Mall Tuesdays and Thursdays.
All right. Why don't you tell our audience? Hey, we have a couple people already tuned in. Welcome aboard, everybody. Tell us about this. Your visit to the mall.
Well, it's called the Goldsboro Antique Mall. It's only a temporary job until I can get me a permanent part-time job. But it's sort of fun, but it's not really my style.
Okay. And people aren't really happy until they enjoy their work. It sounds like it's kind of fun, but it's not always fun. Like a
Yeah.
real job. Who wants a real job?
Well, I was hoping to be a EMT.
Okay, I know that you're preparing for that. You've been studying, and you have some more courses to go to get that. So, okay, continue.
And after I get the first course up and going, I got to take another refresher course for that, for me to get some more updates.
Right.
And
Well,
then I will be all ready to go and work at Station 8 here in Goldsboro and work with the EMTs.
congratulations. By the way, those refresher courses, they never end. But it's good.
Yeah,
We need
yeah.
those. Those refresher courses are helpful. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah,
Oftentimes we'll forget some of those key things, and they'll bring it back up and refreshes our mind, and then we're more prepared to serve our communities where we live.
that is correct.
So, and in regards to serving, what is it about being an EMT that attracts Ryan Hood?
Well, I was just for I went on vacation with some friends, and I saw a bad wreck,
Mm.
and I saw somebody had he was trying to crawl out of his car.
You saw him thrown out of the car?
I think that he was trying to crawl out of his
Oh,
car,
oh, okay.
uh, and then it looks like that he almost gave up and died.
Oh,
And but when I saw that, my heart went out to that person, and that's what that's what told me that I would like to be um a a a EMT.
bless your heart, Ryan. So that must have been just a terrible thing to watch.
Yeah, and for watching Rescue 911, that some of those stories uh, people have been going through,
So,
man, that tore my heart up like crazy.
oh boy. Um, so you saw this gentleman die?
I don't know that he died or not, cause we didn't stop.
Hmm.
We kept going,
Okay.
and that one of the rules for being a EMT, never leave anybody behind.
Right. I can see that applying to Ryan Hood. That's your attitude. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that, Ryan.
You're welcome.
Um, that reminds me, I watch a lot of podcasts or video podcasts, and there's this gentleman. He's a comedian, and I just recently heard of him. His name is Theo Vaughn. For our audience, he's just a really cool guy. And one of the things he was talking about was when we die, like if you were to get shot, what are you gonna what are your last words going to be? So let's say, boom, you took a bullet into the chest, and you know that you're on limited time, right? You're checking out real soon. What's going through your mind, Ryan? What are you gonna say?
Well, for my last words, before I take my last breath, I would I would say that that I love my family, and I love the right talk and my buddy the host.
Thank you. Uh,
And also I can say this: long long live the right talk.
long live the right talk. Well, that's great. Um, oh, by the way, we have some chat going on. We have the tunnel take once again, and
Oh,
he said, "Hey, fellers, go ahead and address." His name is Greg.
mm. Hey guys, hey Greg. Um, thank you for um coming on the show, and you know, and don't forget to give us some comments.
Yeah, well,
Please, comment.
he did, but we sure would like to have some questions. So we have several people online. This is going to be a good show. We have totally prepared, and I'm excited about what we're going to uncover today. So let's continue about the last words. So it's not going to be like, oh, you took a bullet to the chest, and it's like, oh, I could have been somebody, or my thoughts would be, oh, have mercy on me, God, Christ Almighty, give me
Or
peace.
or
Please
yes.
accept me. Please forgive me for all that I've done. Um,
Hey,
yeah,
hey, hey, Todd, or this here.
yeah.
Elizabeth, I'm coming home, darling. I'm coming home.
Ooh. All right, let me have you on the screen only. All right, okay, Ryan, I'm gonna shoot you. All right, now we're gonna do a reenactment because I like that scene that we just did.
Okay.
All right, it's all you. All right, Ryan. Boom! You took a bullet to the
Oh,
chest.
Elizabeth, I'm coming home, darling. I'm coming home, darling.
All right. First things first. Who's Elizabeth?
Well, that's what Fred Stafford always says when he's trying to pretend that he had a heart attack.
Well, that was great. All right, let's redo it. Let's do it from what Ryan would say. All right, I'm gonna shoot you again. All right, I've never shot you so many times in my life. You ready for another shot to the chest? All
Yeah.
right? Ready? Boom!
Long live the right talk.
Famous last words from Ryan Hood. Long live the right talk. Great job. I like that. Okay, so Greg with the tunnel take says, "Hey, how's it going, guys?" Do you want to answer him?
Well, Greg, I am doing good, and I know that everybody is going to enjoy this. So,
Very good. So, in regards to it, taking a shot in the chest, the tunnel take says when he takes a shot to the chest, he'll say, "Sweet, I've waited for this my whole life."
yeah.
He's a funny dude. You liked that one, didn't you, Ryan?
Or I could say this. Actually, I'm coming home, darling. I cannot wait to see you.
There you go. So, how do you think that meeting, when you're there with Jesus and you're going over your life, um, you're going to look at all the things, the sins you committed, and all the things that you said and you did from birth to death. How are you going to feel when you're sitting there watching that movie of yourself all those during all those years and all the sinning that you did? How's it going to feel sitting next to Christ and say, "Oh, I'm a bad dude"?
Mm. But I know that when I get in the process of doing a video of myself, that would leave a legacy
Mm-hmm.
for my.
That goes right into one of the things I wanted to talk about was this show is to let people know who Ryan Hood is and how much he loves the right talk and loves sharing and caring and volunteering and serving and praising the Lord. But the legacy factor, I like that. What are we going to do about that if we get removed from YouTube?
I would be mad if anybody bans us from YouTube.
Right? I think we've been shadow banned. That's okay. But, and we talked about this the other day, Ryan. We're up on Twitch, so we're streaming on Twitch. We're streaming on YouTube, D Live, and Periscope. And also we have an account on Rumble and Odyssey. So I've been uploading our videos up to those. So we will continue to have our shows up there even if we were to get deplatformed elsewhere. So rest assured, Ryan, we're going to be able to keep that legacy. And we have all of the videos of the past.
Yeah.
So as long as we have those, we can always make sure those are available if anybody would like to see. So back to the last words, the tunnel take. He chimed in another time. Thank you, Greg. He said, "Birth is the ultimate death sentence." What do you got to say about that, Ryan? Tell Greg.
Well, you got to experience life before death. Um, you got to experience life here on Earth to inspire others.
Mm. You can't.
And
Oh, go ahead.
the way that you talk, the way that you um the way that you smile and laughter.
Yeah.
You gotta have laughter in your life. It will make your heart feel a whole lot better.
Yeah.
And and even motivation.
Elaborate on that, would you?
You gotta have um motivation to live on. Because if you don't have the motivation, you won't you won't get anywhere in life. You gotta have um inspiration.
What inspires you?
There's a whole lot that inspires me and gives me motivation.
All right.
Um, like like my cousins that live in Clemson, South Carolina, um, and parts of my family here in Goldsboro, and my good friend that hosts the Right Talk
Who's that?
is our host.
Who's your host?
And the man that wears glasses, and he is wearing a green shirt.
Okay. So you don't say my name anymore. You just address me as the host?
Well, I would say Mr. Siebels.
Oh, okay. Well, you can call me Todd, Mr. Ryan. Hey, Greg said, good stuff, Ryan. He appreciated you sharing and breaking those things down.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah. And go ahead and make a plea to him and the rest of the audience. We have several out there. Tell them what you would like for them to do. Greg has been participating, so let's encourage him, and maybe he can ask you some kind of a question. It could be, go ahead and reach out to him, them.
You but guys, I just there's some things on my mind that I would love for everybody can do to motivate yourself. Is to work out more, um, and go to church more, and always listen to your heart,
Hmm.
not by mind.
How do you listen to your heart? What do you mean by that?
Because if you can listen to your heart, then God will speak to your heart, and He will help you to experience your life.
How do you know it's God?
Because God can move material ways in your life. Like if you could listen to Him by heart, if you could listen to Him by ear, by hearing, and plus He will reward you in so many ways of life that we like like my aunt, for instance, she passed away a long time ago, and she um she saw an angel in bed when she was sleeping. She actually saw an angel that came down to see her, and I hope I will have that same experience of my life.
I like that. Can you tell us, how did she describe this angel you refer to?
Well, it had wings, mm, and in the light of the Spirit of God.
Was she afraid?
I don't think she was.
Yeah. Did she ask to see the angel? How did she
I don't know how she asked for it, but you know that God can move so many ways. Mm,
Yes, sir.
that God, I think God asked that angel to come down and see her.
Gotcha.
I think that's what I believed in.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that, Ryan. We got another message from Greg. He says, being self-employed all my life, I've had to be self-motivated, and it has run through every aspect of my life. Talking about motivation. And he said, and the next thing he said was it male or female? I don't know. I don't understand what you're saying there, Tunnel Take. What are you referring to, male or female? Reply to that. All right, Ryan. We've covered last words. We spoke a little bit about legacy, and we just kind of went off the rails and just went down our own road. It was fun. We got somewhere we've never been, and I like it. You've done some homework. I think first thing on the list. Oh, he's talking about the angel. Was the angel a male or a female? Thank you.
Well, it could be both. It could be male or female.
Right. How about your aunt? Was her experience was that angel a male or a female, or do you know?
She didn't tell me.
Oh. Okay. And did you say what the angel told her?
I don't know what message the angel that told her, but I don't know.
That's okay. That's all right. I enjoy this supernatural stuff. Have you ever? Do you know anybody else that has conversed with an angel?
Except for my aunt, and that's it.
Okay. My son TJ saw an angel when he was young, and he said he saw it in the corner of his bedroom, and it was just sitting there smiling at him.
Oh my!
Yeah. Yeah.
But sometimes when I sit in my recliner watching TV,
Mm-hmm.
I thought I saw my best friend Glenn.
You want to tell the audience the story about Glenn?
Well, it's kind of a little bit emotional for me, but I can't talk about it. Mm. He was working at Food Lion toward Little River Shopping Center, and then when he got off work, he had something on his mind. He got engaged to be married to a friend of mine, and he had that on his mind, and then out from nowhere, a tractor trailer hit him, and it crushed his car so bad that he waited until his father got at the scene, and then he died from that. And you should have saw me. I was really hurting. Well, I was that night when I came back home. I was listening to a song that a friend of mine wrote. It's called "In the Father's Arms," and the person that wrote that is Mitch Ham from the Lord's Table. And right after that song ended, I got out of my recliner, and I cried 30 to 40 minutes really hard.
Hmm.
I cried so hard that my mom came upstairs and held me. And that was hard on me, and my parents wanted another worker to work with me because they didn't want to lose my hours.
Hmm.
And I told them that I was hurting so bad that I didn't want another worker. But now I got used to it now, and now I'm working with it.
So was Glenn was Glenn, he worked with you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. I know that I remember during that time and on Facebook you were posting a lot of things and it was really difficult. I didn't know that the whole story, but I appreciate you sharing that with our audience. If I ever go out of bounds and ask you something that you don't want to talk about, you just go ahead and square up to me and say you don't want to talk about it. But I appreciate you digging deep and sharing that. How did that feel when your mother came upstairs and she held you?
Well, it helped me quite a bit. This is what made you think about the happy thoughts that I had with him. But sometimes when I think of happy thoughts, it makes me more sad.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, well, let's get on to something. Do you mind if we switch gears?
Yes, please do.
All right. Um, the first thing on your list was Google.
Yeah.
So we're going to go from sad to mad.
Yeah.
Oh boy, let me look and see what you sent me here. All right, so um, do you want me to read it?
Sure.
Okay, so number one on the list was the Google search history. Do you want to elaborate on it, or you want me to read the whole thing and then we can talk about it?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you read the whole thing, and then we can talk about it.
All right. So Ryan said on number one, Google search history. The new tool lets you protect search history, so quick delete option also available. What do you think, Ryan?
I don't know what I think about that.
So they're saying that lets you protect your search history. So if you're using, I guess, Chrome, that's a Google browser, right?
Yeah.
So if you're using Chrome, you can protect your search history.
But I don't use Chrome a whole lot.
Nor do I. But I guess on YouTube, you search on YouTube. But that's
Yeah.
different. That's different. Um, I just don't. I don't know. I think everything you do online that is attached or connected to Google, I don't think there's any protection whatsoever. I think they keep that. I think they use that. What do you think?
I think the same way that you do.
Yeah, and there's a quick delete available. So, oh, good. If you were to delete something on Google, that means it's just going to disappear, right?
Yeah.
So if you delete it on Google, do you think it's really gone? Or is there a copy of that stuff somewhere else?
Well, with the stuff that I search for, um, I don't delete it. I just keep it on the history for me to go back to it.
Right. Yeah. Um, yeah, we have Google, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of these social media outlets. Um, I don't think any of our stuff is really protected. We're out there, and they've got that information, and they use it against us or to market to us or whatever. We do have, and so the tunnel take chimes in again. He says nothing but CIA and an FBI trap.
No.
Yep.
Hmm.
As a matter of fact, Facebook is a DARPA program. It was a CIA program, and then in what is it, 2004? Yeah, around 2004, the CIA dropped it, and then Facebook became a public. Uh, Facebook took over. Um,
Um, but I know that Facebook is only a search engine mm, for the web.
Say that again.
Facebook is a search engine for the World Wide Web,
What do you mean by that?
because you should actually can log on to your Facebook on most any computer.
Oh, okay. So when you register for something, if you go to another site and you create an account, do you always just use the connect via Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay. I don't think I've ever done that. I think I've always just created a new account. Um, but I think what you're doing is fine, Ryan.
Because every time you create a new account on Facebook,
Yeah.
um, it should still remember your old password,
Ah.
and then it will connect you back to your original Facebook page.
Okay. So it makes it more simple.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. What was the next thing on your list? Good news. So we have good news from NASA. It says it managed to fix the Hubble Space Telescope. Do you want to tell us a story about that, Ryan? About the Hubble scope?
I didn't read the whole article about it, and I thought that after you read it, we could talk about it.
Okay. I mean, read the article?
Some of it.
Oh, I don't have the article. That's the problem. Um, but I think so. If they fix this, if they fix it, then we'll start being able to look through it again. We'll be able to start seeing what's up there, right? Let me
That's correct.
see. I wish we would have known. We need to. What we need to do is we need to have these notes the day before so I can have those articles ready. Here I am fussing at Ryan. I'm fussing at Ryan during the show.
Well, you sound like a dad to me. I like it.
Hubble fix. Let's see. All right. Oh, by the way, the tunnel take says in regards to angels, in Scripture, God's angels are male in the Scriptures. There are no female angels in the Scripture. So I think when the tunnel take was asking, was the angel male or female, he was trying to figure out if it was really an angel. So
Yeah.
your aunt, most likely, if she in fact did see an angel, it was most likely male.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so 3 days ago, NASA set to attempt to fix Hubble's trouble. This is from the BBC. Let's see if we can see that. Let me put that up there. What does this do? There we go. Let's get rid of the chat there. So I've got the Hubble on there. Let's just read a little bit. It's the worst glitch in years to hit the venerated observatory. An onboard computer halted on 13 June, leading to the science instruments being put in safe mode where all non-essential systems are shut down. Now, the possible origin of the malfunction has been traced to a control unit that supplies electricity to the failed computer. Ground controllers will begin switching over to backup hardware on Thursday in an effort to get one of the most important scientific tools in history up and running again. There you go. So, officials say the possible cause of the fault lies with the power control unit. This ensures a steady voltage supply to the payload computer hardware. So, possible diagnosis. Experts have tried to send the ground. Okay. I'm not going to read the whole article.
Yeah.
If successful. So we don't know if it's successful yet, but they're trying to fix it. Oh, we're back to the angels. Um, oh, we're not going to talk about the angels anymore. But when we talk about female angels, let me get this back up here. When we talk about female angels, it's not a pleasant point in a feminized society. So the feminists, the liberals, would be pretty upset to know that there are no female angels, and there are no transvestite angels, and there's no LGBTQ angels. Just saying. Yeah. All right. The next item on the list is the U.S. House Committee advances China bill without Republican backing. Did you read that?
I didn't read the whole thing.
Okay. So you're saying is the Democrats are passing bills without any support of the Republicans. How can they do that? Well, I guess they have enough Democrats in there. But the last election, thanks for sharing, Tunnel Take. So the last election created a different scenario up there where we have more Democrats than we do Republicans, which allows them to push things through. But Ryan, do we really have the correct people up there? Did those people really get elected in the positions that they are supposedly serving?
I think that's correct.
You think they got elected? Okay. Well, there was our favorite man who they're saying he lost the election, but there was an audit in Arizona that showed that I don't think he lost in Arizona. I don't think he lost in Georgia. I don't think he lost in Michigan or Wisconsin or Pennsylvania or even California.
I might be confused, but I don't know who um won or lost the election.
Well, what I was trying to illustrate is this: is well, go back to the election. Do you think it was handled correctly?
I don't think it was.
Okay. And so if it's not handled correctly, then some folks are declared the winner who were not, in fact, the winners.
I think that's right.
Okay.
But
And
I I stay confused a lot.
there's no, you don't have to be confused. I think we are all limited with the information that we have, right? So we don't know for certain, but things don't look right. Even in North Carolina, President Trump won, but Democrats such as the governor, the attorney general, Democrats won those top three seats. What was the other one? Secretary of State. Democrats won those top seats, and it didn't make sense based on the overall vote. Which the point I was trying to make is the House is railroading. The Democrats are railroading the Republican railroading legislation through. What I'm thinking is that the votes that they're counting for the House of Representatives are not real factual votes because those people shouldn't be in those positions to begin with. They were fraudulently placed in that position. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
So until we correct the wrong of the past election, we really can't count on any future election to be valid. I don't care about 2022. I don't care about 2024. I care about 2020. And until we fix 2020, there's no sense of focusing on the future elections.
Mm-hmm.
Because who do we have up there now? We have a resident and a vice resident.
Mm-hmm.
And they clearly were not the most popular. They clearly didn't get the most votes in history. A lot of shenanigans in this past week exposed it all. So the walls are going to continue to tumble down. There's nothing can stop what's coming.
That is correct.
Yeah. What else you got, Ryan?
Mm.
And while Ryan is digging that up, Tunnel Take, you've been very active in the communication. We certainly do appreciate it. Why don't you take a shot? Why don't you give us another question for Ryan, just out of the blue, a question for him that you have about him, and he'll answer it honestly, and let's see how he does. Just off the cuff question. We sure would appreciate it. You okay with that, Ryan?
That sounds good to
Yeah, you
me.
can pitch him a curveball, a fastball, a screwball, a knuckleball. Ryan will knock it out of the park. You just got to give him a chance. He's stepped up to the plate and he's ready to go.
And I got something else for you.
Okay.
It says here on you on U.S. House Committee advises sign a bill without Republican blocking. I think that we talked about that,
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
but
Yeah. And
but that's all the stuff that I have right now.
right. So the Democrats pushed that bill through, and the thing I was trying to illustrate, Ryan, is those Democrats that are pushing the bill shouldn't even have been in the position anyway to push any bill because they didn't really get elected, is what I'm saying. Right?
That is correct.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We got another question. He said, that's a good point, Todd. Until 2020 is set right, then and only then can we move forward. Yep. Tunnel Take. I need a question for Ryan. I appreciate it. So address your next message to Ryan, if you please. And then we're going to be closing the show here in several minutes. But, man, I do appreciate the interaction from Greg. Ryan, so we've talked about a number of things. We talked about our last words, okay? Bang, bang, what you going to do?
Uh, Long live the right talk.
Okay. So this is Ryan's famous last words. My famous last words are, oh, Lord, please forgive me for all that I've done. Have mercy on my soul. No kidding. That would be my thought.
And I bet you could say, long live my buddy Ryan.
Yes, long live my buddy Ryan. That's a nice thought, but when you're dying, Ryan, when you're dying, I mean, you are checking out, you're running out of blood going through your heart, right? It's seeping out of your chest. Are you really going to be thinking about all those things? I think my focus is going to be on Jesus, just asking for forgiveness before I leave this earth. I don't know if I'm even going to be worried about my family, as crazy as it may sound.
Yeah, I might feel the same way.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that matters is where you're headed. Guess what? We got a question. You ask, you shall receive. Let's pull that up on here. Okay, Ryan. Do you folks have an action club where you are?
I do.
All right. Well, tell us about your action club.
Well, the Action Club is really, really cool. We do different things like we help to support these special populations dances. We do fundraisers, and we do certain things to help with our local chapter of the Action Club,
Mm-hmm.
and it helping to do a whole lot better because of the coronavirus breakout. We didn't have a whole lot of meetings right now. But
Yeah.
I'm hoping to start back real soon.
Okay. And thanks for that, Greg, from the Tunnel Take. And I just want to, one more thing, Greg. I would like you to ask him something that maybe we haven't talked before. Challenge Ryan to dig deep to answer the question. Not about Action Club, not about Special Olympics. Something maybe about politics or how his thoughts on the economy. I don't know. Just give him an opportunity to come up with something good. While we're talking about Action Club, Ryan, I think our audience, a lot of our audience may not even be aware of what Action Club is. Do you want to give us a elevator speech about what Action Club is?
Um, Todd, I might need some pointers from you though, but
You just tell us what you think.
um, about the Action Club, it's another leg to the Kiwanis Club, and I know that we do certain things like um when we discuss um certain fundraisers or different events that we do. We as the club we have to vote on it,
Hmm.
and then when that motion is carried, we go ahead and do it. But I'm I'm hoping that mm, Todd can live in Goldsboro and help us out.
Well, now I have visited your club before.
And I got pictures to prove it
Oh
on my
boy.
phone.
Well, we didn't dress up as trannies then.
But yeah, we didn't dress up like women. So that's just for only that is only for a skit for the um Carolina District Action Club convention
Right.
every year.
And Ryan wants to make sure everybody knows it was only for a skit. This is not our lifestyle. This is not what we do. We're not men trying to pretend, trying to be women. We were just pretending, just to have
Yeah.
fun. Yeah. Um, oh, um, earlier this year, um, on January 6th. So, Tunnel Take, he says, Ryan, what are your thoughts on January 6th?
On January the 6th.
Do you remember January 6th, what that was all about? At the Capitol? Remember when I went up to D.C. and
Oh,
that,
yeah.
yeah, that was on January 6th. Do you want to tell us your thoughts about that whole ordeal?
For one thing, Donald Take, I I was I was surprised when they asked him to cut off his camera. That was kind of weird and kind of rude.
Hmm. Well, so President Trump, he only asked Americans two things. First thing was vote Republican,
If vote Republican.
and the second thing was go to D.C. on January 6th for his Stop the Steal rally.
Yeah.
So I went up there, and it was peaceful, peace and love. It was just like a big old family reunion of people you'd never met. And then President Trump was still speaking, and he was still speaking while the Capitol was broken into. So they tried to blame it on Trump supporters, but the way the story is coming out, that just wasn't the case. Just wasn't the case. A lot
Uh-uh.
of those people were Antifa dressed up as Trump supporters, but we're also learning that some of those were FBI operatives. The FBI, the CIA, those three-letter agencies are not friends of the American people. And I'm hoping that we can distinguish them, get rid of them completely. The FBI, they're not our friends. They're a bunch of, well, I'm not going to say it out of respect for you, Ryan. We call them glowies. FBI are glowies, Glowies. And CIA can't be trusted. And God bless America. We're fighting back, and hopefully we can get rid of those folks. Final thoughts?
Final thought. Um, hmm, there's not a whole lot, but let's go ahead and do the prayer.
Oh, okay.
Lord, thank you for a wonderful show of this beautiful Saturday morning in the summer. Father, please help us all. Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen and amen.
Nicely done, Ryan. Uh, what a great day. We had a good show, a little bit longer than normal. My goodness, we're over 50 minutes. Didn't mean to do that. But I can hear the music. We're on our way out. We are checking out for the rest of the day, Ryan.
And, and the spin cycle ends right here at the right talk.
You heard it here.
Always dream big, pray hard, never quit.
Very good. You heard it here first. Ryan Hood shares what's on his mind for our weekend update for July 17th, 2021. When are we going to be back, Ryan?
Next Saturday at 9:30.
9:30. That time works well for you?
Mm-hmm.
Oops. How do you like that? We started the music and it finished before we even signed off. So anyway, let's do that over again. All right. Okay, so I'm not the best producer of this show. We have a lot of missteps along the way. I do. Trying to just do the production and the broadcasting and everything. And we're learning by doing. We're trying to brush it up, but, you know, we're still amateurs here. So we're going to get better as we go. And I just wanted to thank our viewers. I want to thank the Right Talk for the interaction. We most certainly do appreciate it. Ryan, do you have anything to say to the Right Talk?
Well, I just wanted to give everybody my regards. And always worship God.
I like that. Always worship God. And what will happen if you do that?
You'll be sin free.
White as snow, they say. White as snow.
It will make you feel good inside of your heart. And he would do so many things in so many ways.
Nice. Right before we're closing, we got another response from the Tunnel Take. Do you mind if I read it, Ryan? And then we'll have you do your spin cycle thing and we'll check out.
All right.
All right. So the Tunnel Take says that January 6th was a hoax.
I'm reminding you.
Uh-oh.
To take my pills.
Oh, Alexa. Man, we should have, you know, some of the funniest times I've had on this show is when I get to troll Ryan and Alexa. Because Ryan gets frustrated with Alexa because she doesn't always quite understand what he's trying to tell him. Okay, back to the January 6th. Tunnel Take says it was a hoax. FBI and CIA should be liquidated. They have been meddling in South American elections for years. So, Tunnel Take, he's got his finger on the pulse of what's going on in this world. Ryan, thank you for joining me. We'll go ahead and do the little closeout, and we'll sign off, and we'll be back again 9:30 next Saturday morning. So, Ryan, it's all yours.
Thank you for being here, and the spin cycle ends right here at the Right Talk. Always dream big, pray hard, never quit.
Thanks, Ryan. You guys heard it here first at the Right Talk. We'll see you next Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. Until then, please don't hesitate to send us a message, comment on the videos. We sure would love the interaction. We'll look forward to seeing you live next week. God bless. See you then.